Hey everybody, thanks for dropping by for today's stream on this sunny Independence Day. I'm wearing my American Mickey t-shirt to be festive and patriotic. Today we're going to be doing the long-promised Ultimus 7 stream, which I have. Velocity from our alliance just launched the raids. We're also going to be doing some Beta 4 and then do some blitzing with any time we have left. It's not going to be a super long stream today. I just wanted to get some of this content to you guys since I have been promising it. So even though it is a holiday, I wanted to just do that. Just pull all my little stuff up here so I can see you guys chatting. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and launch, or join rather, our Ultimus 7. I see Velocity's already started hitting some stuff. We're going to join Team 1, where I'm assigned Lane 1. It's me down there. Okay, so I'm going to be using my typical Ultimus 7 team, which consists of Scientist Supreme, Minerva, Ultron, Shuri, and currently Hela. I may switch that up later on, but this is the current team I'm using. About 323k power, which is pretty good. This team is usable really anywhere from 280k power and above, though if you are less than 300k power, you may not be able to finish it because you may actually time out. So it may take 2 attempts. But even at 280k power, that team is capable of finishing the node. It'll just take you 2 tries, very likely. And I'll be talking a little bit about what I like to do to preserve the efficiency of the team going through multiple nodes. We're gonna 2 times this. Alright, so I'm gonna start out by autoing, which you don't always want to do, but in this case, because this is a slower team, it's important to, you know what, I'm actually gonna 3 times this just to make sure that we're moving quickly enough on this. My first target's gonna be Pyro here. But the shield security is actually going to taunt and pull them off him, but I usually start by trying to put some damage on Pyro. There. Once Pyro's out, the next target's going to be Mordo. And then we're going to take out Magneto next. Let me know, guys, how I sound, if I need to play with the sound settings at all, or if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Alright, second wave drop. You're going to take out Pyro again, followed by Mordo. And again, this is the first node of lane 1, which is my lane. Alright, so now that we still have 3 minutes, I'm actually going to take it off auto now and try to be a little more effective so that going into the next node, I've got the necessary skills on cooldown. So typically I'll do that on node 1 when we're down to 4 characters left, and I'll basically just basic attack my way through the last 4 characters. Perfect. So that's the first node cleared with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to spare. Now again, I mentioned that my team is 300 and I think 28k power. 330k power and above is really ideal for Ultimus 7. It's like that's your benchmark you're trying to hit. So I mentioned when I first started, I had this team at about 280k power, and I would actually have this issue of timing out. By the time I hit around 300k power, I no longer had that problem, and now I can clear it with time to spare. So it's only 323 actually. I'm not even as high as I thought. So 323k power, that first node is a breeze. We're gonna now head into that second node. And this team, by the way, most of the time this team will carry all the way through the end of my lane. The one exception is sometimes I'll lose one or two people. But in many instances, even if I lose one or two people on a node, either Scientist Supreme or Minerva will still be up and will revive. They can almost do a full team revive if I lose, for example, Shuri and Hela. They'll bring them both back up before the node finishes most of the time. See, we got a couple people watching. Any regulars here? Want to drop a line in chat and say hi? Alright, so for this second node, Carnage is going to be my primary focus. Again, I'm going to go ahead and auto to start. We can do this on 2 times now that I see I've got pretty decent clear time. So we'll auto it again until we have only a couple of enemies left, and then I'll switch back to manual to basic attack through the end of it, just to make sure I have my cooldowns for the next node. Juggernaut's taunt pulled him off Carnage, but I think he's low enough that hopefully an AoE will take him out from Hela or Minerva. We'll see. Okay. First Carnage is down, second Carnage is down. I'm actually going to take out Doctor Strange next just because I don't want him reviving people. So even though Venom is technically the more bothersome target, I just don't like having to retake out characters again. So after you take out Doctor Strange, Venom's the next target on this node. Carnage again. And again, you guys are seeing that this team I'm using hasn't had any real threat from the first node or this far into the second node. Okay. So now that we only have 5 enemies left, we'll take over manual control again. I'm actually gonna target Vision just because I don't like his buff clears. There we go. Target the other Vision. I'm actually going to go ahead and heal just to throw the debuffs on them. And I'm going to use Hell's Auto just because we are getting a little low on time. I don't mind using the minions' abilities because they're going to be gone anyway. Take out the weaker targets. Still have a minute left. I do want to save Minerva's cooldown abilities, but I will go ahead and flip these from Scientist Supreme just to make sure we finish this node on the first attempt. 32 seconds. Come on. Saving Ultron's ult for the next node. Hey V-Raw, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's gonna be tight. Come on. Use the abilities. Oh, alright, 10 seconds on the clock, but we cleared it. I probably should have actually autoed that a few more turns before switching over, but that's fine. That is fine. Doing alright, doing alright. We actually just had a little barbecue to celebrate Independence Day. The weather is gorgeous in New York, which is awesome. What are you up to? Alright, so here's our first boss node. Again, your two primary targets here are going to be Carnage and Venom, just because the bleeds and higher damage against debuffs is dangerous, so we definitely want to take them out. Just blitzing, sorting out line stuff. Cool. Very cool. How are you doing in the milestone events? So for those of you just joining us, this is the third node of lane 1 for Ultimus 7 that we're going into. One more rotation, you're on track still. Cool. Very cool. So you think you're going to finish the all the milestones by the end of the event? That's awesome. I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I think I'm going to fall short. About to get to milestone 23 on the fireworks. Cool. Very cool. I'm going to do a little blitzing towards the end of the stream after I do all my nodes for Ultimus 7 and I think it's Beta 4 that we got going on today. Very cool. Awesome. Alright, so again, we're going to start autoing and we're going to focus Carnage first. Well, actually 3 times this to get started. A lot of damage on Minerva, I didn't love that. But she will use her damage off. Alright, so we lost there's a lot of damage for Scientist Supreme. We lost Minerva, but the hope is that Scientist Supreme is going to revive her, which is likely. In the meantime, having all the minions on the board is going to help us take out Venom. I also love when minions eat up big hits that would have gone to players. We'll throw down on Iron Fist next. Followed by Punisher. I am interested in the calculations that you've used. Alright, now that Carnage is back on the board, we're going to focus on him again. Still hoping for the Minerva revive so you don't have to spend any resources. We are running a little slower than I'd like, largely because Minerva was taken down early. So I'm hoping I don't have to hit this node a second time, but that's really going to depend on if we get Minerva back, which has not been happening. Venom is your next target on this node. Love those Ultron ults. Come on, Scientist Supreme, do your thing. Bring Minerva back. I'm actually going to put my next focus on Miles just because of his debuffs. Come on. We didn't get any revives from Scientist Supreme this time around, which is really unfortunate. Oh, finally, we got Minerva back. Jeez Louise. Alright, so we'll just have to spend resources to bring Ultron back. That's acceptable. That is acceptable. Velocity's doing pretty well down on his lane so far. Other people are probably having barbecues, so they haven't joined in yet. Okay, so this is the 4th node we're doing now. And we're going to go ahead and heal Ultron to get him back in the fight. We have plenty of materials. I really only use materials for this raid, so I normally do not have an issue of supply. Oh, you have to double tap your boss node? Your team is 293k? Very cool. And you're using a similar team, right? Oh no, you're using Ultron's Angels. Oh, you're using the same team? Okay. I thought you were going to be using Ultron's Angels, no? Or were you having problems with speed for that one? Alright, yeah, we're gonna auto this to start again. You really don't have much of a choice but to start with Drax because of his taunt out the gate. So for those of you who don't know, the Ultron's Angels team is for female healers supporting Ultron and just relying on Ultron to do most of the damage. Again, your next target's going to be Venom. Carnage and Venom in these nodes are just brutally strong, so you want to take them out as the top priority. So the Ultron's Angels team is similar to my team, but instead of Hela in the 5th spot, you have Invisible Woman. The team works if its power is high enough, but the problem is it's a slower team because you lose some damage potential. You can also, a lot of people run Falcon in this spot for the speed up, purely for the speed up, which does increase the sustain of the team, but the problem is the damage is generally lower, and that makes it a little harder to clear the node in time without timing out. Yeah, that's the big problem with Falcon is he can't put out as much damage as Hela. So Hela will make the clear faster so that you don't time out. And that's why I made that change. She's got a lot of damage potential, and putting another summon on the board, which is a summon that'll keep coming back even if like you run into like an issue where Punisher wave clears the summons, Hela will just bring the summon right back out, and having that extra target on the board to potentially eat hits that would go towards your important characters is really valuable. There we go. That was a nice hit. I'm actually going to take it off auto for the last couple, just to make sure we're... I probably should have done that one turn ago, but I was a little distracted. Just to basic attack our way through the end of it. Hela also does keep herself alive better than Falcon does because of the self-heal on her turn. That's correct. Alright, this is the 5th node on lane 1. Let's actually go back for a second, take a look at that node here. So, Nick Fury is going to be a primary target that you're going to want to take out. I also like to take out Crossbones just because of his damage roll. Like, whenever I have an opportunity to take out an AoE damage dealer, I'm going to try to do that, ideally before anyone else. Depending on placement, I'll also sometimes go after the Shield Assault here, just because I want to limit his ability to pop back on my characters as we go through the node. And when Greg dies, she heals. That's correct. For those of you just joining us, thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. I know there's a lot of cool things you could be doing on Independence Day. Even with the restrictions of COVID, there's still barbecues and stuff people can go to. So thanks for watching my stream. And if you haven't followed yet, please give a follow. I stream Marvel Strike Force twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I stream some other games throughout the rest of the week. Alright, so I'm actually going to start with the Shield Trooper, just because I don't like his ability to pop back, so... Nice. Scientist Supreme coming in clutch with the debuffs. Calcs are based on needing energy to refresh energy, etc. 2 takes into account the milestones and calendars. Very cool. You came up with this yourself, V-Roll, or did you find this somewhere? Alright. Lots of damage on Crossbones. He'll drop pretty easily. Fortunately, because... Oh, there we go. We just lost Cap's taunt. So now we can actually finish the Shield Trooper. Alright, Nick Fury is our next target. After Shield Trooper, I want to take out the other crossbones. You did it yourself? That's awesome. Very cool, Viral. Alright, Shield Trooper's next. Viral, I don't know if you can post links in the stream chat. If not, if you want to make a link to your spreadsheet, like make it a shareable Google Doc for people, you can post it in the Discord, the Paleo Gaming Discord. After Cap, I'm going to take out that Shield Trooper. Alright. Nick Fury is going to be my next target. You have to create a Google Doc in Excel. It shouldn't be too hard to convert it. I don't want to force you to do any work. I'm just thinking if you have this good resource, I'm always happy to share it with the community if you want to. Alright, so after Nick Fury drops, I'm actually going to focus on Shield Trooper because at some point Crossbones is going to taunt anyway. And alright, there you go. Nice. I just didn't want Shield Trooper popping back every time I hit Crossbones. Alright, and once Crossbones is down, I'm going to take it off auto to finish out the rest of this node. Just so that when my energy is back up, I can take out the next node with my cooldowns ready. Nice. See if you can do it tomorrow. Very cool. I don't even care. Again, especially if you are running a slightly underpowered team, it's really important that at the end of the node you switch from auto to manual to preserve your cooldowns, but if you're running this team, it's too slow to try to manual through the whole node. You have to auto in the beginning, or else you're never going to clear it in time. Alright, so that's all our energy for now for Ultimus 7. We're going to jump over to Beta 4, so I can knock out those. I use the same team whenever I can for all the raids, but obviously you've got different restrictions in Beta. So we're going to go ahead and join here. Our alliance works a little differently than some alliances. We do have dedicated nodes, dedicated lanes and nodes for people for Ultimus 7, and when we run Ultimus 6 for Ultimus 6. For what we call the Greek raids, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, we just assign people to teams, but they basically take whatever they can take to push forward. I really can go anywhere, so I sort of see what other people are doing and where they need some assistance, and that's where I go. This left side is going to be Mystic or Skill. This right side is going to be Skill or Tech. I'm actually going to go left side because we can use Asgardians for that. So the Asgardian team are all either Mystic or Skill in the case of Sif. So we're going to go ahead and use 264k Asgardians, and this should be an auto cakewalk through this. Asgardians has actually been a team I've been focused on recently, trying to farm, because they're a really, really solid team. And what I like the most about them is that they're usable in really every game mode. They're awesome on war defense. They're great in arena. Usable in raids such as Beta 4 here. They're also my backup team in Ultimus 7 if I should encounter a full team wipe, which happens very rarely, but in the instances where, like you saw, Scientist Supreme is the only healer who can revive up and just doesn't manage to revive people, and I lose the team and I don't have resources, Asgardians is my fallback. So I highly recommend, if people are trying to figure out who they should be farming and who should get their attention, Asgardians all the way. Again, this node also Asgardians are useful for. They're usable for a number of the nodes, actually, before you finally have to rotate them out. I'm already hearing some fireworks. People starting early. And not far, I can actually see the smoke cloud. Just a few houses down, it looks like. Again, for what it's worth, I typically will focus on Venom first. So my next targets are going to be Spider-Man, followed by Daredevil, and then Miss Marvel. Unless she taunts like she just did. And again, you don't have to really worry about conservation of cooldowns with this team. They'll punch through easily regardless. So you can comfortably auto with this team through all of their initial nodes. So has anyone got any really valuable pulls from their fireworks orbs? Go ahead and auto this node. You got the T-14 Minerva. Good for you, V-Rob. That's awesome. I am jealous. Minerva's my primary focus right now to get to T-14. And then I need to get Phoenix to T-14. And I'm going to be able to start chipping away at DD3. So that's my major focus right now. I was actually kind of hoping I would do better with all those orbs I had saved up, and I didn't get as far as I wanted, so now I'm hoping I can get a little farther through the end of the event. All this raiding and blitzing is helping, that's for sure. Hey, Shara. Thanks for stopping by. Always happy to see you in chat. You got Phoenix to T14 last week? Whoa! Do you have a full team of 5 now, V-Raw? Shara, I think we've got that war in the bag. I was just looking before. It looks like we got a really nice lead. The rewards are going to be really nice for working on milestones. That's for sure. Pokemon battle music. That's my ringtone for those wondering. Sorry about that. You're not planning on DD3 yet, but just kind of advancing as I can. Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a long haul for me. You have the 3 characters now. Captain Marvel, Phoenix, and Min. That's a strong team. That's a strong team. You really just need 1 city character, and you'll check all the requirement boxes. And then you just need a 5th. I already have 3. I have Cyclops, Daredevil, and Punisher. So once I get Minerva and Phoenix, I'll be able to start shipping a DD3. That's my goal. So that's sort of my singular gear focus right now, as far as I can at least. And so again, you see, I'm on my 5th node. I can still use Asgardians. This is a good team to get you through the first 5 nodes of the Beta 4 raid. Yeah, no, the war's going really well, Shara. We're doing okay. I think we had a lead of like 300 points, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty big lead. Taking out the bridge kind of crippled them. I had a funny feeling that they were running out of steam when I saw that they boosted basically every other team on the bridge. And teams that weren't even that high in power. I figured the answer was they were trying to stop us in our tracks because they couldn't push much harder into our decks. I'll take a look on stream after I finish this up and see where we're at, but we're pretty good. Those 2 300 plus K Asgardians teams I took out were the last holdouts, and we took out the bridge. You're just promoting characters you believe are long-term good. Yeah, V-Raw, totally. That's a solid plan. But like I said, all you need, I didn't realize. I thought you needed a full team of each, but I recently learned you don't. The requirements for DD3, you need a full team of 5, can be anybody, to start doing DD3. When you hit the second set, I'll call it, of nodes, is where you have the cosmic restriction. Or is it global? It's global and cosmic, or cosmic and global, I forget which. I know cities at the end. But you only need 1 character of that requirement to do those nodes. You don't need the full team of 5. That's not like they weren't any crazy hard teams to kill, so it seemed fine like most. Yeah, I think most of the Alliance is able to hit most of their decks. I think we're doing really well. Alright, so that's the end of my current energy for Beta 4, so I'm going to take a look at how we're doing in the war, and then I'm going to start blitzing. And we will do some community blitzes where you guys can call out and force me to use whatever embarrassing teams you want me to use, and that's fine. We'll do that. Alright, let me get out of this quick. We have a milestone here, it's nice. We'll never turn down tickets. Get this for free. It's free. It's fine. Chimichangas. I'm actually going to save the gold right now, even though I do want those. I have been farming Thor, but because of the event right now, I'd rather spend tickets on orbs. Open that. We'll open an orange gear orb. We hit a milestone. That's nice. Let's see how I'm doing on the milestones. 25 on the Blitz milestone. I mean the orb opening milestone. We're at 27 on the firework one so far. Go back and we will open an orange firework orb. Let's hope we get something I need. Would be delightful. Okay. The X-rays are nice. This is good stuff. I know they're going to be taking the assembled stuff out, but I am kind of glad I got those. Those are very valuable. For those of you that don't know, this was unintended to have the fully assembled pieces for your side pillars. They issued a statement that they're going to be taking that out and replacing it with the gear that goes towards building them, but I got lucky. I've had a few pulls of this, so that's good. Shara says she's melting. There's a heat wave. It is very warm out. It is very, very warm out. Yeah. And then that should be another milestone over here. Nice. That's a lot of mini unique material. I do like that. This is what I'm really pushing for. This will get me another. This will actually get me another piece for Minerva, and this I think will get me another piece for Phoenix, which is nice. And then I don't know if I'll be able to push all the way down here, but I'd like to because it's so hard to get those materials, and I really need them to push these characters to T14. These are farmable. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, if I can get the tachyon conductors, that'll help me get this piece for Minerva. It's really tough. It's really tough. And then Phoenix, I'm actually a little farther along on Phoenix. This is farmable, so that's fine. I need these adaptive pathogens for her. And the isochronal compounds, so I need a lot of pieces to go into it, but I am a little farther into her gear overall. But again, the problem is you need so many of these. You need them for every piece, which sucks. This is farmable. I'm not worried about that. We're getting there. I mean, 3 more pieces on Phoenix, 4 more pieces on Minerva, and then, like I said, that's it. I already got Punisher and Daredevil there, which checks off the city box. I've got Cyclops, which already checks off the global box. Minerva will check off Cosmic, and that's it. So, and then Phoenix is just the 5th, who's just really strong. She just will significantly help speed up the rate at which you clear the DD3 nodes. So, that's why I'm focusing on her. Let's take a look at war. Yeah, we have a really significant lead in the war. Let's see what we have up. I don't think we really need to do much. I think they ran out of steam, this alliance. That was attacking us. I think we're... Yeah, there's only 2 hours left. I don't see them catching up. We've taken out a lot of their stuff. I actually have energy. I may as well spend it. I don't know what teams I have left. Let me take a look. I've used a lot of them, but I still have 240k Spider-Verse. Can I take these guys with that? I'm gonna try. There's no harm in trying, and I don't think we can lose this at this point from momentum alone, so I'm gonna try to punch at that with my 240k Spider-Verse. It's a little bit of a punch down. They do have some strong characters there and some strong interplay, but I think I can do it. We're gonna find out. I had to basically waste my my 430k defenders on one of the bridge nodes to there was a boosted as Guardians team that was like high 300s, I think, or mid 300s. So I had to use the defenders to at least put some damage on them and eat up that boost, and then I was able to finish them off with my 300k power armor team. Who do I want to focus on first? I think I'm going to take out Scientist Supreme first. Yeah, we'll do this. Prolong that bleed. Oh, actually that just killed her. That was good. Alright, yeah, maybe this won't be a problem. I don't care about spreading that. We'll throw some bleed on him. I actually don't need to touch him after that, I don't think. She will get the heal. No, yeah. That was enough bleed. That wasn't a problem. Oh. Oops. It's not done recharging. Forgot they had to be directly adjacent to spread. That was silly. That was a silly mistake. Okay, we're gonna focus on Mordo here. The bleed should finish him off, I think. Oh, but we got a chain anyway, so it didn't matter. Damn. Yeah, it was easier than I expected. Good call, Shara. That worked. That was an easy victory. Let me check what the rewards are for a win here, because hopefully that'll push me a little farther in the milestone. I think it should. If we go to Gold 2 rewards. League info. Rewards. Gold 2 for a victory. 150k gold is nice. 4k tickets for the raid store is great. And the 1300 tickets will mean I'll get to open the gold orb, which will further me, hopefully, in the milestone event. And then that's just gravy on top. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some blitzing. I'm going to start out with some of my teams that are surefire wins, and then if I don't care, once I get to a point where I don't care if I tumble again, we'll do some community requests in chat for whatever teams you want to see me mix and match and play. All right. Well, we're already at tier 7. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a community request. So basically, first come, first serve. You guys just call out somebody you want me to add to the team, and I'll add them. I have almost everyone. You know what? Before I even do this, let me show you guys my roster here. Scroll through here. I'll scroll slowly enough that you guys can at least take a look as we go. Start thinking about who you want me to use. There's only a handful of characters I don't have yet. So, even if you you may have missed my scrolling, once you see the characters I don't have, you can just call out whoever you want to. Getting to the tail end here. I do have all of X-Force, but most of them are pretty low level. Okay, characters I don't yet have. I don't yet have Ultimus, although I'm close to getting him. I don't yet have Cull. I don't yet have Black Bolt. I don't have Ebony Maw. Aside from these four, I have everybody else. So, whoever you can think of, just call them out. We will blitz with them and see how the teams do. Feel free to be as experimental as possible. There are no wrong answers. They don't have to be strong teams. They don't need any synergy to speak of. Alright. Who do you guys want to see me use first? Blitz Roulette. Let's do this. Shara, what do you think? Karnak. Alright. Let's find Karnak. It's going to be way down here at the bottom because not invested much in him. Here we go. Karnak. Okay. Who's my second choice? I'd love to hear from some of the people who may be joining us for the first time or don't watch as often, don't get a chance to participate in this as often. Who would you like my second choice to be? Again, there's no wrong answers here. What about you, V-Raw? What do you think? In honor of the soon upcoming movie for Black Widow, I'm gonna throw Black Widow in there. Be your third choice. We're doing Blitz Roulette right now, V-Raw. Basically, you guys get to pick characters for me to blitz with. They don't have to have any synergy, they don't have to be good. Whoever you want to use. This is a fun little segment we do. It's very experimental. So, Shower recommended Karnak. I went ahead and picked Black Widow because we've got that, that's the next movie coming out for the MCU. Who would you like to see thrown on the team? Hawkeye, it's gotta be. Okay. Alright, Hawkeye, there you go. Bam. Hawkeye's on the team. 2 more spots, people. You can also give more than one answer. If you've already spoken, that's fine. We'll go with whoever, if multiple people are making suggestions, we'll go with whoever seems to be the most popular. 4th spot. Who's the 4th spot? Who's it gotta be? Remember, I have everybody except for Cull, Ebony Maw, Black Bolt, and Ultimus. I have every other character. You know what, we were just talking about Ultron's Angels before. I'm going to go ahead and throw Invisible Woman on the team. Last character. Who is it? Oh, you want to do Ant-Man Wasp combo? We could do that. We'll take her out. We'll do Ant-Man Wasp. Let's do it. Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's Wasp. And Ant-Man is here. Alright, let's try it. 79k power team. Pretty big disparity. I find that the high disparity teams typically are winning teams because... Oh, we'll see with matchups. Which matchup do you guys want to see? Guardians of the Galaxy, Asgardians, or Power Armor, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel combo? This one? Alright, let's try it. See how we do. We'll basically do Blitz Roulette until we fall down to Tier 5, and then I'll switch to patented winning teams to climb back up again. Okay, I'm gonna start pinging War Machine because he frightens me. I'm gonna go ahead and clear Death Proof from Iron Man using Karnak because that may be all I get out of him. Again, I want to really focus War Machine if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to take him out before he pops off his ultimate, but if I can do it, I'd like to. Did get a dodge from Lost, but it's not going to be enough. That was not a winning team. Now we know. Not a winning team. Alright. Next, Blitz Roulette. Again, chatter's choice. I will use whatever characters you want me to use. Yeah, that was a rough combo. But again, this is cool experimenting that you might not normally want to do because it can often result in losses. Again, I have every character except for Cull, Ebony Maw, Black Bolt, and Ultimus. I have all the other characters, so just call it a character, and we'll use that character. Charity, you want the honor of first pick again? Give me first pick. For those of you just joining the stream, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't followed yet, give a follow. I play Marvel Strike Force twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then I play other games during the week. I play Disney Sorcerer's Arena, Raid Shadow Legends, The Isle, and Dead by Daylight. Shara says Shield Assault. Alright, let's see what we got. Shield Assault. I think he's actually, yeah, he's pretty reasonably powerful. And one segment I like to do, I call it Blitz Roulette, is letting you guys choose blitzing teams. So that's what we're doing right now. Alright, second pick. Who's gonna throw in chat who I should use next? After a couple seconds, if nobody says something, I'll make a choice. Oh, that's the trooper. You're right. Shield Assault. Who's the... Oh, he must be lower. Alright, V-Rolls. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Always good to see you, man. Where are we here? Shield Assault. Maybe I don't use him that often, so maybe he's pretty... Yeah, there he is. Whoops. Whoop. Oracle. There's Oracle. Is Oracle down here? No. Must be stronger. Like 2K? Oh, 22K. Gotcha, yeah. Let's see. Oracle, there we go. Bam. Alright, next. What do you guys want to see? 3 more choices to go. So we have Assault and Oracle already. If nobody says anything, I'll probably add a Protector to the team. Since we already have a Kree, I'm thinking we're going to add the Kree Royal Guard. If you guys want a replacement, speak up, but otherwise that's what I'm going to do. You want Hydra Armored Guard? Okay, we'll go Hydra Armored Guard, that's fine. Hydra Armored Guard, bam. Alright, next choice. 2 more choices. Who's going to be our 4th on the team? Who do you guys want to see? Bruiser. Do you remember where you saw it? Quake. Alright, we have a request for Quake, so we'll throw Quake in. I know I saw her. Bam. And then Ravager Bruiser, I think, is way down here. Let's see. Ravager Bruiser. There we go. Bam. Alright. 87k, big disparity in the team. Let's see how it does. And if this is a loss, that'll drop us to tier 5. We'll switch back to patented winning teams. You guys get to pick who I fight this team with, so we can either go defenders, we can go weird mix, or aim. Who do you guys want to see me fight with it? Aim. Alright, let's do it. Now the more important question. Do you guys think this is a winning combo or a losing combo? We do have 0 synergies. I would also be shocked if we win, but I've been shocked before. Again, it's also worth noting when you have big disparities, sometimes you can end up with carry situations, because typically the team you're fighting is sort of middle ground, general power. Do I want to start with this? Yeah, I can't have slow regeneration on. I'll throw defense up just because he's very likely to get taken out. I want to keep him as a target as long as possible. I want to clear that taunt. Scientist Supreme is going to have to go if we're going to have a chance. We'll go ahead and taunt with Hydra. Yeah, we'll attack all. It's nice to throw some damage on people, but it was almost nothing because he was very low power. Yeah, let me 2-time this. It's going really fast. Take a pop of this. I mean, if Quake can get her ult off, that heal didn't help, but we might have a shot. Throw those regenerates on again. Tickles. Tickles. Let's see how we do with Quake, though. That's going to be the deciding factor. Quake is pretty far and ahead of the others on the team, so... Let's see. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but it did make a nice dent. I know she didn't have any positive effects, I just wanted that damage. Yeah, I think that's going to be game. We're likely going to lose Quake, and there's no way I can do this with Kree Noble. Yep. That Kree Oracle. That's it. That's match for this this team. So that's fine. That'll drop me down to tier 5, and I'll switch back to winning teams. Let's try to climb up again. Okay. Interesting experiment. That concludes Blitz Roulette. We're going to switch back to winning teams here. Good call, Shara. Against AIM, that's just too strong of a team. I'm going to punch with my 422k defenders first for those sweet points. I'll punch this team. That's a team I'll fight. I should be able to auto through this. 2x auto so that nobody gets nauseous. No luck today on the Blitz Roulette, or in are you trying to open orbs? Where don't we have luck? Blitz Roulette. That's okay. I mean, honestly, Shara, we were Blitz Rouletting at tier 7. That really stacked the deck against us, which is why we were seeing such high teams. Blitz Roulette typically plays out better at lower tiers. But, you know, I gotta be honest with it, and I gotta let you guys do it wherever I'm at on that given day, you know? I hate that team. I'm gonna hit this team. It's going to be an easy win. But now is the time for climbing. We'll Blitz Roulette again on Wednesday when I stream. And we'll see how we do. With what weird combinations we can come up with. I think that's become my favorite part of the stream, is doing Blitz Roulette with you guys and letting you just pick weird things for me to try that I would never do on my own. I can't bring myself to do it, but to do it to entertain you guys, I'll do it. Jigabachi said that he was in tears with the Blitz Roulette, where he forced me to play with hand rather. That was a funny one, and I can't believe it resulted in a victory. I was astounded. I'm going to actually start with crossbones. I'll probably end up fighting back up to tier 7 and then I'll tumble down again. That's typically what I do. I want that multiplier, but at that point it just gets harder to win with the top teams. Sometimes I'll go to tier 8, but that's kind of a gamble sometimes, so tier 7 is more comfortable for me. I want those chimichangas for the event. That is the primary reason I'm doing this right now. I'm actually going to skip X-Men and come back to them because I'd rather use Guardians for the third fight and X-Men to clinch the last one. Picking into Defenders is a choice I will make any day of the week. For those of you just joining us, thanks for stopping by the stream. If you haven't given a follow yet, please do so. And feel free to drop a line in chat. Always happy to see you guys. And gals. And other. I always take out Iron Fist first for the obvious reasons of sustain. Sort of cripples their engine and makes their loss an eventuality. After that I focus Punisher just because I don't want him popping back when I hit Daredevil. Again, this should be an easy victory though. How do you guys feel about Defenders? I know they are generally undervalued these days, in my opinion. Certainly they are not a top tier team. I would not suggest that they are. But from a usability standpoint, I still think that they have a place in raids, with the exception of Ultimus 7, although they are useful for one of the nodes in Ult 7. I believe it's lane 8, I'm not sure. But there is one lane where they're useful for the first node. And I really think that they fill a very important niche in early game play for people who are just getting started, who are late to the party, so to speak. Alright, now we'll use our X-Men to clinch that last. It doesn't really matter who is in this position because we're taking this fight pretty easily. Phoenix is very hard to stand against. Really, the only team I wouldn't pick into is a Mr. Sinister, because without fail, he will clone Phoenix, and that makes my life difficult. You'd be interested to know when Defenders is useful in the lane. Yeah, we can look that up. I'll show you that. That's fine. Let me look that up here, actually. While I am autoing this fight, I will pull that information. You know what? Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna pull this up onto the screen here. So, this is the Pants of Hulk official Ultimus raid guide. It's this lane. I don't remember the lane number offhand, but it's node 12, and one of the recommended teams is Defenders. So Defenders do still have a place. It's not an immense place, and again, in Arena they fall flat on their. That is, yeah, they fall flat on their face in Arena. They have a very hard time holding up in War. They do all right in Blitzing, as long as you're smart about which team you pick them into. And they're usable in raids. They have, because of Iron Fist, they have pretty significant sustain. Their damage potential is respectable. It's again not top tier, but it's solidly mid tier, I'd say. So they have a lot of use for early game players, and they have into the late game raid potential. So I stand by saying that Defenders are not a throwaway, and especially if you're just getting started, it is worth still investing in them. I would invest in other teams also. I always recommend that new players are investing in Asgardians, for example, and AIM for their Villains campaign. But Defenders are not to be underestimated, and they're one of the first fully farmable teams, so I don't say pass on them. I say they still get to have a place at the table. I'm going to save my power armor for this node here, so I'm going to go down the line, and I'm actually going to... No, that's fine. I'll use it in this order. If there's any other teams you guys want a hot take on, feel free to ask. I'm happy to do that. It's not like it's not a far node in that lane. It's the first node in that lane. That guide calls it node 12. They have a different sort of nomenclature system than the other guides we use with the maps. I'll pull it up for you later, Shower, and let you know exactly what we call that lane, but it's the first node in that lane, so it's the second node from the right. That's the node that they recommend Defenders on in U7. But it is the first node in that lane. You're on the farthest lane, right. Yeah, so your lane doesn't recommend Defenders, but I shouldn't say that. I should check before I open my mouth and say something untrue. Let me see here. So your first lane, they call J2. Your lane actually recommends that Ultimus team that I use with. They recommend Falcon, where I would use Hela, or it recommends Asgardians, a modified Asgardians consisting of Sif, Hela, Thor, and then Scientist Supreme and Shuri. Yeah, that's the recommended team, Shara. The team that you've been using. So that's actually a good team to use for that tier. And then for your second node, take a look here. Yeah, your second node recommends Black Bolt, which you don't have yet, but they recommend different teams than that, but honestly, especially if you're within the right power level, I think you can push through with the same team, honestly. Especially if you make sure you conserve. I know you don't have Ultron yet. I know. Especially if you can conserve your cooldowns at the end of the node, you know, the fight at that node. I think you're okay. Do I want to take that team or go for an easier one? I think I'll go for this one. That's fine. Shut that. Are you working your way through DD2, Shara? You still only have Minerva at 13. Yeah. You'll have to get there. It's going to make a big difference when you can get him. I would recommend... do you have Phoenix yet? You have Phoenix, right? Or am I misremembering that? You have Phoenix, yeah. So I would recommend getting Phoenix to T13 so that you position yourself to start moving towards DD3 when you get through DD2. And then you're going to need at least one city hero. The recommendation is Symbiote Spider-Man. I'm not going to be using him, at least in the beginning of DD3, just because I already have other city heroes at T14, so I have other priorities right now. And he's not even close for me. But since you're far enough away and you don't even have other city characters at T13, if you can focus Symbiote Spider-Man and get him there, he's the one that's recommended for your... to check off that box for required city hero. And then from there it's just filler. Whoever the other two are, it's really whoever's convenient for you. So I would focus on people that gel with the team that you want to use them on. So if you're focused already on Asgardians, make them Asgardians. If you're focused already on X-Men, do whatever else. Yeah, absolutely. Always happy to make recommendations. Alright. Now we'll use Spider-Verse here. I'll go with this team. Yeah, plus I'm happy to pay it forward because I've gotten a lot of these recommendations from other streamers and stuff too, so I'm happy to pass on what little I've learned. Yeah, I did use 7 in the beginning of the stream. you know what? Maybe I'll use some energy to attack another node at the end, just for anyone who's missed it. But I hit 5 nodes already in U7. I also hit 5 nodes in Beta 4 already. Go ahead and 3 times this. I'm gonna focus on taking out the healer before I turn to Miss Captain Marvel. My next major project is going to be figuring out custom emotes for you guys. I have to work on that. Let's go ahead and... Did I not use... Oh, there we go. It's power armor. That's what I was looking for. Who do I want to use them against? I think this should be a pretty easy team to win against. And then I'll probably challenge another U7 node, and if there's nothing else anyone specifically wants to see, we'll probably do a quick checkup on my total collection power and open any other orbs I can open, and probably call that a day for the stream. Barrier with rescue. Gonna hit that ability. Resisted the ability block, that's alright. Gonna just dump AoE damage on everyone, because that's what power armor does, and they do it effortlessly well. Rescue's gonna throw her... Oh, we hit the defense down from Ironheart first. Because they slowed Rescue. Now we get that offense up, and Iron Man to finish the job. This is one of my favorite teams, by the way, is Power Armor. Even though I have to put off increasing their power level for a little while I focus on what I need for DD3 and U7, they are still high on my priority list because I do adore them. So we're going to go ahead and probably use some energy to hit one last node in U7 here. Just so I can keep my lead on top of the leaderboard from velocity. Ha 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 ha. And this is going to be a boss node. For this node, I like to prioritize getting Loki down as quick as possible. I also like to take out Miles because I don't like his crowd control mechanics. And if I can help it, Rocket is next on my list as a priority. I'm going to go ahead and spend our energy to hit this node. I'm going to stick with my normal U7 team for this. And I don't think it'll be a problem. As I've said earlier, the key to this team, because it is a slower team, you want to start autoing. And then as you get close to the end and there's only a couple enemies up, then you want to take over manual to conserve your cooldowns. Nice! The new guy in the Alliance got a node. Proud of you, Bert. Angry typing. Okay. By popular demand from Shara, we're going to finish the stream with U7 and then opening some orbs. Again, if you're just joining us, please give a follow if you haven't. Love to see familiar faces in chat. Alright, so unfortunately we do have to start with Drax because he has that opening taunt. This is a tougher node because it is a boss node. Get those sweet, sweet debuffs on the enemy team from Scientist Supreme. We're going to focus on taking out Rocket because of his AoE damage potential. Scientist Supreme with the clutch flipping of the debuffs to buffs. Bam. Rocket is down. I'm actually going to take out Drax next just because it almost doesn't matter with the characters that are up. And we'll do Black Panther next. However, with the second wave dropping, we're going to prioritize Star-Lord for the ability generation. I don't like that. A lot of damage from Minerva. I love to see it. Doing okay on time right now. That bleed is going to take Star-Lord out, so I'm going to switch to Miles. Just like I said, Star-Lord's down. Big hit from Ultron. Followed by a big hit to Ultron. 9 left. Just about 3 minutes on the board is going to be fine. We're going to focus on Loki next, as I said. His ability to stealth the team is really strong. He's got a really good kit, so we want to kill him. And with all the Asgardians, that self-heal is a problem too. Again, we're still autoing to be time conservative. We have to stay conscious of that so we don't time out and waste the energy. Bam. That's what I was counting on, wiping out Spider-Man with that AoE from Hela. Again, Drax hits the board. He has that opening taunt, so it forces us to focus on him. Nice. You get that debuffs across the board. Those debuffs. Alright, so I'm going to throw some damage on Black Panther. We're going to switch to Miles as soon as we can. Just because I don't like Miles' crowd control. Hoping that Ultron makes it through this so we don't have to spend anything to revive him. Yeah, I think we'll be alright with that heal. There we go. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, we'll take out Aim Infector, just because he's pretty low. And we only have a minute and a half on the board. Come on. hoping that the bleeds wipe out most of these peripheral characters. I taunt back to Drax. Come on. That's what I needed from Minerva. Good job. We got that heal off. Now we're going to focus on taking back control to wipe people out and conserve our cooldowns to the next fight. Oh, it's really going to be tight though. Come on, come on. Nice, come on. Let's go. Let's do it. Bam, 10 seconds on the board, but we got it done. So again, it's really important that at the end of those fights that you switch from auto to manual to conserve those cooldowns. That, for example, Ultron doesn't use his ultimate. You don't lose your healing from Minerva unnecessarily. That's really important. So we're doing pretty well, preserving our top spot on the leaderboard there. Timing out in U7 can be a problem until your team power is high enough that it's less of an issue. And like I said, I still was having a lot of trouble using Falcon, which is why I switched to Hela. Alright, let's see. I'll have to wait for rewards to get enough to do anything with those orbs. I already used stuff. I'm working on Hydra Armored Guard for my Hydra team for war defense. I think I need more of these chaotic ribosomes for Phoenix. Everything else I'm doing okay on. I'm still going to conserve the gold I have, so I'm not going to pick those up. I still have enough war energy. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather use those tickets for Blitz Orbs right now because of the event, so I'm going to go ahead and spend that. Let's see how we're doing on the milestones. Later tonight I should hit that milestone. And I should definitely hit this one later tonight. We've got 8 days left. I think I may get down to where I need to be. It's going to be kind of tight, but I think I can do it. Again, what I really need, I need to get all the way down here. I need to get these 2 levels. If I don't finish it, it's fine, but these 2 I want because it's going to get me a couple pieces on Minerva here and Phoenix here and here. That's what I really want. Shara says, I like that we can farm Toad now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I eventually am probably going to modify my Brotherhood team to include Toad and Blob to then create a stronger Marauders team, but that is fairly low on my priority list right now. In order of my priorities, I am working like a madman to try to get Minerva and Phoenix to T14 so I can start DD3. I'm trying to level up my Asgardians so that I can swap them out as my primary arena team, replacing X-Men. And also just to increase my power in war. I am working on leveling up the Hydra team for war defense. I'm working on leveling up X-Force for war offense. In that order. Beyond that, I'd love to continue leveling up my power armor team. I'd love to replace Sabretooth and Mystique with Blob and Toad on Brotherhood so that I can move those 2 characters to Marauders. I'd like to level up my Inhumans for when I do get Black Bolt, which should be during his next event. I will likely be able to do that. So I do have other priorities, but they're relatively low compared to the first 4 that I mentioned. Right now, at least. So I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Thanks for everybody who stopped by. Again, if you haven't hit that follow button, please do it. I will be streaming Marvel Strike Force again Wednesday evening, starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, I will be streaming The Isle at that time on Monday. I will be streaming Dead by Daylight the following day, same time. And then Thursday is the Disney Sorcerer's Arena and Raid Shadow Legends half and half stream. So if you're into any of those games or just want to stop by and chat, obviously even when I'm running those streams, I will answer questions about Strike Force. Because this is, I would call my primary game that I stream. And I hope everyone has a great Independence Day for the rest of the day. I hope that if you're into fireworks, you guys catch some fireworks later. I am wearing my patriotic Mickey shirt. Thank you, Shara. Enjoy the rest of your holiday as well. And again, thanks for everybody who stopped by. Hopefully you're all dreaming up what to torment me with during the next Blitz Roulette on Wednesday, forcing me to play with the worst team comps you can dream up. And I'll see you guys then. Thanks for stopping by.